It's GBH's Morning Edition. I'm Joe Mathieu. Thanks for being with us. It was nearly 24 hours ago. A fire in Western Mass destroyed a theater at Jacob's Pillow Dance Center in Beckett, Mass. It's in Berkshire County. The Doris Duke Theater, one of two indoor theaters on that campus, was a total loss. And the news comes after a very difficult season here in which the center was forced to cancel its summer series for the first time in its 88-year history, causing massive layoffs, revenue loss, all, of course, due to the pandemic. Joining us now to talk about the gravity of this loss and what it means for the art scene in Western Mass is GBH Executive Arts Editor Jared Bowen, who's here via Zoom. Good morning, Jared.
Good morning, Joe.
How big of a loss is this?
This is pretty substantial because of the time in which it's happening. It would be substantial anyway. Just to back up a little bit, Jacob's Pillow Dance Festival is a renowned international dance festival. It's a center for dance worldwide. It's been in existence, as you just mentioned, for about 88 years. You think about every famous dancer in the world in the last 88 years, every famous choreographer in the last 88 years, most of them have come through the Pillow at some point or another, either to perform, to test out new work. You have audiences who gather in the summer in the Berkshires to be there. And so this is a 200-something acre compound out in the Berkshires. This is why I think it's a magnet for artists, because they can be a little bit freer out there to experiment and dance, and they have audiences who support them in that. They only have 2 indoor theaters, and one of them, as you mentioned, just burned to the ground yesterday. And this is very significant because the Pillow had to cancel its festival last summer for the first time in its history. It relies on half of its income comes from the ticket sales for that festival. So it's had to lay off staff, it's had to cut salaries. And in this time where they're going to rebuild, its executive director has already said that, it's going to be very challenging, I think, to get people to rally. I'll tell you, at first I thought, I was optimistic. I thought, well, it won't be so bad because it is so internationally renowned. People will rally, they'll want to help. But this is a time at which when every performing arts organization starts opening up again, everybody is going to be needing money. So it's going to be difficult.
You mentioned the audiences as well, Jared. It's the Pillow's a pilgrimage for a lot of people in the season. What's left on the campus?
They have one other large theater named after its founder, Ted Shawn, and there are also other outdoor spaces. This is also in the spirit of collaboration. It's where students come, they live on the campus, they gather, they have communal dining on the campus. So there will be other spaces to practice. The other great thing, Joe, I realized is the first thing I thought of having been there is they have a tremendous archive at the Pillow, and I wasn't sure which building in which it was housed, and so I was very relieved to hear that it's not housed at the Doris Duke Theater, which burned yesterday. That would have been, just another exceptional travesty.
Just to ask more broadly, Jared, I know you make your trip to the Berkshires every year because it's a major art center in Massachusetts. You and I are typically talking about museums and venues in the Boston area, the greater Boston area, which we can expand however far you want. But as you head to Western Mass, when you get into the art scene of the Berkshires, I wonder what state it will be in after the spring thaw when we get back into the season next summer.
I think it's going to be really challenging. What we know of, for at least for performing arts organizations, is they don't know when they're going to be open and how they're going to be able to reopen. Unlike museums, which have found a way, performing arts, you have to find a way to bring people together. I mean, you think about dance. Dance is all about the human body. It's collaboration. It's being together. You don't know when that's going to be safe. We're hearing word of a vaccine, but I talked to people even this week in the field of performing arts, and nobody has a sense of when that can happen. You rely on that revenue. You don't know when that's going to come back. The other heartbreaking thing about the Pillow is that they are moving toward a plan where they can have a year-round program, and obviously that will be severely diminished as they lose one of their 2 indoor theaters.
Well, it's a tough story and one that we appreciate your insights on, Jared. Come back and see us tomorrow. Our normal weekly conversation about arts in the Boston area, and we'll connect here on Zoom once again. GBH Executive Arts Editor Jared Bowen, thanks for chiming in this morning.
Thank you.
This is GBH Radio.
From the GBH News